So you guys got that Trump check? I'm gonna help you guys spend that. Let's go hit the intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome back everybody. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? Take care of your priorities first. People are losing loved ones, they're losing friends, associates, brothers, sisters. Also, they're losing their jobs. And at this point in your life, no matter what you're going through, I don't want you to go spend this money that you can probably really need in the future for your car note, a car repair, a medical bill. Just take care of your bare expenses just to live. Do that first. But if this is a plus for you guys, where you can add this to extra money that you might have put aside to your car, or this may be some extra money that you didn't even know could come in, and you wanted to do some modifications, this is the video for you guys. So hit the like button, but let's get into it. Let's go. So in this video, I'm primarily going to talk about modifications for the Q50 Q60 platform VR30 and 3.7. Not really so much the G37 370Z, guys, so don't beat me up. So let's get into it. Let's get this rolling. Number one, I'm gonna pick modifications that's necessary that we all can do. Number one would be tires. This might be the best time for you guys to upgrade to a better tire, no matter if you have the 17, 18s, or 19s. If you are looking to go with aftermarket set of wheels in the future, of course you have to change the tires. So you can look into that too. But anyways, definitely look into brands such as Continental or Michelin. These can range between $700 to maybe $1,000. But tires are one of the most important things on the car to upgrade. So I would recommend looking into those, because guess what? We gotta be able to stop and handle. But also I would recommend purchasing these tires from maybe a local company such as Goodyear, BJ's Wholesale Club, Costco, and any other companies that can possibly sell you a road hazard warranty. Reason being is, if you get a nail or puncture in a tire, or you damage the side wall, you don't want to be out of tire. So I would recommend looking for a company that offers some kind of road hazard warranty, because most of us don't have a spare, and at $300-400 a tire, it can get expensive. So that's my first recommendation. Let's go on to number two. Would be what I would recommend will be more of an aesthetic modification. This would be a kind of a bundle up. I'll bundle this up a little bit here. Depending on the state that you're in, I would recommend going with tints. Yes, tints definitely change the dramatic look of your car, just night and day. 1-2. I have fishbowl on my car because, you know, I live in NYC and they're very strict on tints. But if you're in a lower state with a lot of sun, or just more of a laxed state where you can put tints, I would recommend doing so. Definitely looking at 35%. I think 35% always looks really good. Anything darker than that, it just looks like paint. But anyways, moving forward, you can also look into chrome deletes. Some people like the chrome pillars, some people don't. I still haven't modified mine because I don't hate it. But chrome deletes are relatively cheap, and there's companies online that sell the pre-cut chrome deletes that you can install yourself. Okay, so definitely look into that. Now, moving forward, we're still on aesthetics here. Let's look into lip kits and rear diffusers. Now, there are online companies that do sell, even Icon Motorsports, which I believe I got mine from. It's about $150 to $200. Just a regular black material. Sometimes they come painted, sometimes they come not. But my recommendation is stay away from ABS plastic. It's gonna crack, it's gonna break. Go with more of a PU and PP material. Some people might jump in and say, get STILLEN, get STILLEN. Listen, STILLEN uses the same material, so I don't see what's the point of spending the extra cost, even if you're supporting these big companies that support us. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, moving forward, look into the rear diffusers. Most of these companies may be overseas, so be careful with those. So I still try to get like a middleman that's in America, or a company that's really a lot closer to buy these rear diffusers from. But these are relatively cheap, right around $150, $200. May come with a third brake light, may not. Once again, still try to stick with the PU, PP material. It's a lot more easier and a lot more durable. ABS will break. So let's move on to number 3. Now moving forward, let's talk about lowering springs. Now, I'm not gonna be an advocate for lowering springs. I've made plenty of videos about it already. Lowering springs is just a cheaper way of lowering your car. That is it. Even though I'm the cheap guy. In this case, you have the extra money. I would recommend you guys get a good set of coilovers. You can either go with MEGENs or up. Because I've had MEGENs before in the past, and I have BCs, and anything up above that I've heard good things about. So I would recommend these coilovers. Reason being is, guys, when you go get lowering springs, you're still on stock struts, which are crappy. They're not going to ride good. And once you install them, that's it. That's the height you're going to have to stay at. And depending on if you have driveway and other imperfections in the road, it's not going to give you good ride comfort over the longevity. For some of the guys who are with Red Sports, and Red Sports only, ANDRIOD 3.0T Sports, with the DDS Sport packaging suspension, I recommend you guys get downs. That's it. The smallest, lightest drop, because you guys can actually adjust the firmness. And I've been told by these people who install it that the car drives great. Alright? And they still have no complaints. But everybody else, like myself, get coilovers. Reason being is, one, you can adjust the dampering. Dampering is pretty much the ride comfort, the shock and rebound. Also on top of that, you can adjust the height. Some of you guys only want to lower your car about 1 inch. So this is my recommendation. Spend a little extra money. It's a lot easier to install, especially if you want to install it yourself with less tools. And boom, that's it. If you don't like the height, you can lower it. If you don't like the ride comfort, you can adjust it. 1, 2, 3 with a buy knob, and that's it. So let's move on to number 4. This one will be a collaboration of different performance modifications for the Q50 Q60. Alright, so I'm going to split it up a little bit between the 3.7 Q50 guys, but I did make primarily a video for you guys already, so definitely check it on my channel. But I'm only going to briefly state it. I'm not going to go into too much information. Let's go. Let's move forward. Number 1, MEGEN lower downpipes. I'm going to keep saying it. They're $150. You can't beat it. You could go spend $300, $400, $500, $600 on downpipes. You're not going to gain any additional performance by spending extra money. That's it. All right. If you want to do so, do that if you want to. All right. Moving forward. You're going to need to upgrade to a heat exchanger. Your heat exchanger is relatively small in your VR30, so you can go with different brands. From Burger, you can get it from Frozen Boost, which is a relatively cheap one, to up to a Mishimoto and AMS heat exchangers. The one I would recommend in this video is the one I have on my car. Burger tuning heat exchanger is about $300. And boom, there it goes. 300 plus 150, that's 450. You're getting there, you're doing good. But if you do want to upgrade to an AMS one, that's about $700, $800. And installation is going to be a little bit expensive. That's all your money blown on heat exchangers. So you can do so if you want. Or you can go with the cheaper one. That's your recommendation. So anyways, let's move forward. Next would be either I would say this, because someone's going to jump in and beat me up. I would say actually do some kind of CATBACK. Excuse me, not CATBACK, AXLEBACK. I would love for you guys to go get a CATBACK, but that's about $1,000. I mean, if this is a one thing you really want to get, and you love the sound of the exhaust, then get a CATBACK. All right, you got NVIDIA and you have a few others, but they're right around $1,000 to $1,500. But my recommendation, if you want to change the sound, I would recommend the Rev 9 AXLEBACK. Reason being is this, right? Some of you guys want to get the muffler deletes, but I think the muffler deletes on the market are relatively too expensive at $300 just for a muffler delete. I'd rather actually purchase something that's a proper AXLEBACK with 2 canisters, muffler tips, and go with that. That could be about $300, $350, and that will drastically change the sound of your Q50. So definitely check that out. For my Q60 guys, I believe you guys don't have this muffler or this AXLEBACK for your car. I'm not too positive. So you guys may need to look into purchasing a full CATBACK exhaust. Or some people are going to jump in and say, what about the infiniti AXLEBACK? It is kind of expensive at $700, but if you really want to, you can. But anyways, let's move a little bit forward from this. So now we just did the lower downpipes. We did pretty much the muffler, the rear AXLEBACK. There's a few other things and the heat exchanger. There's one more other thing I want to add for the VR30 guys. I'll split this into 2 things. One, you can either get a Burger Tuning JB4 boost controller. It's just a boost controller, it's not a tune. The reason why I still say this is one of the quickest ways of gaining performance is it's shipped to your house, you plug it in. All the maps that you need is already there. Everything's already been done with the JB4, that you just set it and forget it. It's easy, its user interface is easy for you guys. That's it. Or you can choose to get a full-fledged tune on the ECU Tech platform from different tuners such as B-Tune Performance to up to AMS. Reason being is those prices will vary. You might get a tune from $700, a remote tune, up to a full dyno tune from AMS, which could be about almost $2,000. It's up to you guys. But there's, and also different tuners have different ways on how they continue to give you support, and that's just really it. So the tuning part, I still leave that to a side because that money wise will always fluctuate. And for the people who's gonna ask me a question, which one's better, the tune is always gonna be better because you'll get the optimized most performance. The JB4 goes off your stock tune, so if you're gonna be quick, JB4. If you want to be faster, you get a full-fledged tune. So let's move on to number 5. Wait, before I get into it, we didn't speak about the 3.7 guys. So I recommend you guys already test pipes. Test pipes are relatively affordable. It gives you the most final performance. It doesn't matter the price. It's also interchangeable between the G37 and 370Z. So they're really cheap. 2, you guys can try to be your best to also get an AXLEBACK, same Revna AXLEBACK from the Q50, if you really choose to. If you want to go with a full exhaust, like I said, you can choose to do so also. It's up to you guys. But I would recommend the 3.7 guys actually really get a full CATBACK exhaust because you guys don't have turbos. So you need to get the most amount of velocity of pretty much exhaust out as quickly as possible. Us turbo guys, we don't really have as much issues as you guys would have. That's at least from what I could notice with reading and understanding the 2 different platforms. So definitely look into different CATBACK exhausts. Listen to YouTube sounds. Make sure you pick the exhaust sound that you like the most. I don't want you guys wasting money. Next thing I would actually recommend you guys to do for the 3.7 guys is just get a tune. You guys are probably out of warranty already. The 3.7 is a pretty respectable, reliable motor. And I don't see a problem in you guys tuning the 3.7 motor. So definitely look for different tuners around your market. There's plenty of tuners on the market. Join the Q50 Q60 group on Facebook, or you might have a few friends on IG. Just try to find a tuner that can optimize your car. Reason being is, once you got test pipes and a CATBACK is also in tune, you really don't need anything else much more. Everything else after that will give you minimal gains. So like I've stated, yes, the heated intakes are really good. I do like them. I do like how they are installed. Really OEM like, but you're only going to gain a bit more gains on top of that. But you can do so. I recommend it. You also have the intake manifold swap that you could do on the motor dyne and everything, and the Z1 motorsports motor swap, intake manifold swap if you want to do that. But this stuff is just going to get really pricey, really quick, and you're not going to have as much gains as compared to if you just got test pipes and a CATBACK with a tune. Honestly. So otherwise than that, guys, let's move forward to the next part of the video. Let's go. Now that we're here, guys, so these modifications I'm going to speak about are for guys like me who already pretty much deep into modifying their car. We already got our bolt-ons already, and these modifications are pretty much the secondary accessories so we can have better and more consistent performance. So let's move forward. Let's get into it. Number 1, if you're rear-wheel drive guys, I think you guys should get a LSD. Reason being is open diff is no fun and it will one tire fire. Even my car one tire fires from some of my older videos, which freaking sucks. But moving forward from that, all-wheel drive guys are gonna jump in and say, well, what about me, Boost? Should I get an LSD? Well, LSDs are gonna be expensive. Let's just be honest. They're like $1,400 and up. So we have to add a little extra money. But also on top of that, our ABS system doesn't do such a great job because I still spin. But we can actually mitigate that by going with wider tires. Road drive guys can go 325 in the rear and you guys are gonna still spin. But with us, we can just go with the wider, stickier compound tire and we'll be in a lot better situation. So I would still recommend us all-wheel drive guys skip the LSD. Now let's move forward to the next thing, which would be cooling. Now we already have heat exchangers, upgraded heat exchangers on the car, right? This is for the people who's modified already. I would recommend going with AMS in-tank fender product. This adds about 2 gallons of more of heat exchanger coolant to the system. So that allows us to have more consistent times at the track and consistent performance without losing it. So this is really good. Some of you guys are gonna jump in and say, well, what about those little those reservoir tanks? They add a bit more coolant. If you want to, you can, but I'd rather you guys go with the big tank. That to me is the best bang for its buck on adding coolant to the system on top of the heat exchangers on the market. So if you want to, or if you have a BMS and you add an intake, that's actually great. Just being honest with you guys. And now that we're on cooling, AMS released a new product for us non-Red Sport guys. is a secondary heat exchanger. I think it's like $450, $500. It's a little bit expensive, but the reason why you would want to have a second pump is that you want to add more flow to the system. One pump is going to have a lot hard time moving around this coolant, but if you have two, guess what? You keep the consistency of the flow, and once again, this should add to having consistent performance, because you're swapping out that hotter coolant with the cooler coolant as fast as possible. So definitely look into that as a modification. Now, we already talked about the performance of the LSD. We talked about extra cooling and pretty much extra cooling and consistent cooling. There's also a few other things we could talk about. Because we're adding more power and torque to the car, our drive shaft is two-piece. Now, when we have a higher amount of torque, our carrier bearing is going to go. I've seen this happen with plenty of different people in this platform already. So at some point, you're going to want to upgrade to a lightweight drive shaft. So if you want to be proactive, you can get a lightweight drive shaft now or later. It's up to you. But you can go with CZP Performance and/or AMS's product, which is about $700 to $900. And you won't have to deal with that issue, because when it comes up, you're going to be pissed and you may not have the money. So it might be the best time to do it if you already modified. All right. Now, we got to keep this one moving. Now, with all these performance upgrades, right, some of us want to graduate to more power, right? So the best way to graduate to more power is to go on E85. Now, there are going to be a few things you're going to need. Number one, low pressure fuel pump. That's about $200 off of AMS site. You're going to need to get a flex fuel kit. They also have that on AMS's site and a few other sites, right around $400 to $500. This is going to allow you to read the amount of E85 that's in your tank, the percentage from like E30 to E70. And finally, the high pressure fuel pump. This is one of the most important things to get. Reason being is you're not going to be able to run anything higher, E30, E50, on stock fuel pump. So my recommendation is AMS and Spool FX Performance have their high pressure fuel pump that's relatively cheap, between $1,100 to $1,300. This is going to be one of the most important things you're going to need for this system. So I would recommend looking into those different products if you want to run E and gain more power. So yes, now there's one other thing. Yes, here it is. We did all of this to our cars, right? We added tires, we added cooling, we added exhaust, we got tunes, we did all of that, right? We did all this extra thing. But some of us, we always forget these little modifications here. One of the most important, next to tires, is your braking system. It doesn't make sense to have 400, 500, 550, 600 wheel horsepower, including myself. I upgraded my pad to a Hawk 5.0 pad on my non-sport calipers. At some point, they're really good pads. They're really good pads. But they just, the calipers, the brake system doesn't have enough brake pressure with the two pistons in the front and a little puny piston in the rear to just have enough clamping force on these rotors, especially with the amount of metal material on the rotors. So it is recommended that you upgrade your system to a BBK Akebeno brake system. There's different companies that sell the kits all together already, or you can try to source some of these parts from junkyards or eBay's website and just piece everything together. I have plenty of videos on that on my channel because I'm currently upgrading my brake system to the sport caliper. So definitely YouTube it and you can see my process on what I did. I even painted them. So that is going to be one of the most important things. Also on top of that, just as I spoke about it, you're going to need to go with a more aggressive semi-metallic or metallic pad. I've tried different pads before, and one of the best pads that I actually stick by now is Hawk 5.0 pads. I've had different pads from Hawk and from EBC and a few other companies, but not Stop Tech and R1 Concept, so I won't be able to tell you the brake performance of those. But in my usual day-to-day traffic, and sometimes I went to the track and did a few little rally racing and stuff like that, Hawk 5.0s definitely held really good and consistent brake pressure, and even got better as they heated up. So I definitely like my Hawk 5.0 pads. And now, with us adding these larger, bigger rotors, or for some people who already have sport rotors, you guys might want to lighten up the weight on the drivetrain. So you can look into getting two-piece rotors. These are better for cooling. These are better for the structure. They even some of them come drilled. I can see in high performance situations when you're really maxing this car out where it'll be a benefit to have drilled and or slotted rotors. look into Z1 Motorsports of drill slider rotors for the front and back. Remember, the front rotors are interchangeable for the 370Z, so you can use 370Z G37 two-piece rotors, but the rear rotors are not interchangeable with those those vehicles I just stated. Reason being is the inner diameter of the rotor hat just doesn't fit. So make sure that you always get the Q50 Q60 rear rotors, not the G37 rear rotors. But these are going to be a lot lighter compared to the stock rotors. So that is finally it, guys. That is my recommendation. I know everything was scattered. I dropped different names. Some of this stuff is linked below that I might have modified on my own car, but also you can just do a simple Google search and find some of these parts. So I would recommend you guys do so. But otherwise than that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you made it to this part, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification with all, even comment hello, hi, whatever. This stuff keeps my channel growing, especially what's going on in this day and age now where a lot of us are losing our jobs. Some people just go seek out other YouTubers that may have good information and give these guys the watch time, because we all can eat. This is a big platform that we all can do good, and there's plenty of people out there who have good content, so definitely check them out. But if you enjoy my content, you want to support me and support the channel, one way is to always do what I just asked you guys to do. Hit the like button and etc. But also, if you want to purchase some boostinmotion merch, you can check the Teespring account below, and you can definitely order those stuff. They'll be directly shipped to your house. Also, on top of that, if you guys want to buy me a bottle, a drink, a shot, I also have a Cash App because people ask for it. If you want to donate, you can. It's at #boostinmotion. And otherwise than that, guys, you guys know where to contact me. boostinmotion on IG and Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. You guys ask me a lot of questions. So otherwise than that, guys, you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night, guys. Thank you. See you in the next video. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some boostinmotion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.